Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel. I haven't seen you guys in a long time, but today I want to talk about narcissism and what it is, and I'll show you a few examples with it. And we will be getting into some Bible scripture. So the definition of narcissism is excessive interest in or admiration of oneself and one's physical appearance. So pretty much, let's say there's a pretty girl and she looks in the mirror at herself every single day and she's like, oh, look at me, I'm so hot, I'm more hotter than the other girls out there. And she thinks that she's the hottest girl while there could be other hot girls, but she would claim and she would try to be the hottest girl just so she could get boys to look at her. And or pretty much you think you're better than people. Like, let's say that you're mediocre in basketball. You think you're like, oh, I could beat LeBron James, or oh, I'm better than Michael Jordan, oh, this or oh, that, oh, look at people, they respect me, this and that. Oh, look at me, I get many compliments. Oh, look at me, yeah, I might be the next Bill Gates. Like, you think proudly about yourself, and you would rather do things and act like to please your own self instead of following this book over here. And we will be getting into some scripture, but in this world right now, what we're going through with this whole weird virus, this coronavirus, which people are making it such a big deal, when the virus, if you just look at it for a little bit, it's really not that deadly. And people, something kills them in the hospital when they go. But anyways, we're here to talk about narcissism. And narcissism is pretty much you acting so selfish for yourself. And this is why I want to bring it up, is because a lot of people these days, they're just straight up selfish. They really just don't care about other people. Like these days, you could have a guy like walking down the street and on another guy, and then the guy just while they're walking, they're not really paying attention, and then just shoulder bumps him. And the other guy that just got shoulder bumped might be like, excuse me, or what the, and then the guy just keeps on walking. He doesn't really care about his surroundings at all, because he thinks he's the boss of everything. He thinks that everybody should treat him with respect, when he could be literally like nothing. And he tries to be better. And we have a major problem in today's society with people being so narcissistic. I mean, you literally got women these days dividing up families because they think so proudly of themselves. They're like, oh, well, look at me, I'm a woman, I deserve to be more protected than the man does. Oh, look at me, yeah, my husband's abusing me, when literally the husband pretty much won't really touch her. But I'm not saying that domestic abuse doesn't take place. It does take place. There are some very, very stupid men out there that abuse their woman for absolutely no reason. But yet there is women out there that they just tell lies about it. And pretty much people being narcissistic, it doesn't matter what skin color you are or what gender you are. Anybody can be narcissistic. And these celebrities, you see them all the time being narcissistic. I mean, you see them post pictures of their food, which nobody cares, post pictures of what shoes they wear or what cars they drive, or, oh, look at my secret bathroom in my house. Like, it's so out of touch on what they do. Like, and then people, the young generations, they try to inspire to be like those celebrities because they think that being a narcissist is the only way to live, instead of, giving, instead of helping people. Like these celebrities, they don't care. Those people, they are selfish. I mean, they literally sell their soul to Satan. They have to worship him, because the minute you don't worship him, they shoot you, they kill you. So pretty much, and they do a lot of nasty things behind closed doors, but yet they try to hide it because they want to keep their own riches. So narcissism is a very, very, very horrible problem in today's society. And pretty much we have some Bible verses. So let's start off on Matthew 10:39. Remember, this is the King James version that I got here. So I'm going to scroll to Matthew 10:39. Yes. Because Matthew 10:39, you will see it soon what it really has to say. Here, hold on. And I'm almost there. Matthew 10:39 says this: "He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it." So what does this mean? Everybody, what does that mean? He that findeth his life shall lose it. And this is out of Jesus's words. Out of Jesus's words. So pretty much, if you want to find a life here, you want to be materialistic, you want to have the cars, you want to have the clothes, you want to have the partners and stuff like that, you want to have the girls or something like that, you want to be like guys for girls, girls for guys, you're going to lose your life. You simply are not going to inherit the kingdom of God if you want to do what this world does. This world does very, very, very horrible things. So Jesus is saying that if you lose your life, meaning that if you forget everything about this world, you don't wear fancy clothes, don't drive the nicest cars, be cheap, don't get expensive stuff, you pretty much will lose your life, but at least you will you will get to the heaven in the afterlife. So this is what Jesus has said back then when this Bible was written. So, and now we will go to another verse, which I know a lot of you guys are familiar, which is Mark 8, verse 36. I know you guys are going to automatically go, oh, yes, I know what it says, but here, let me reread that. And while I'm getting it, you guys should read it before I do, and then as I read it, you guys should read it along with me. And I mean, you guys should look at these verses that I bring you to see if I'm telling you the truth, because the majority of you guys might think that I'm lying to you, but it's very important that you read these verses to see if I'm telling you the truth. Anyways, Mark 8, verse 36 says, "For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?" So, and this is what Jesus had said. Mind you, this is the King James Version. Jesus had said, or Yahshua had said, that what shall you gain from this world? Meaning, what do you want to gain? Do you want to gain all the cars? Do you want to gain all the houses? Do you want to have all the partners, like, you know, girlfriends, like for guys, and boyfriends for girls? Do you want to have all the friends, all the clothing, all the great food, which they're all GMO'd and sprayed with chemtrails? So pretty much you lose your own soul just to gain whatever you want. And you don't have to be rich. You could like be just average, and you could still try to gain the whole world, like try to enjoy all the earthly pleasures and stuff like that, just to get whatever you want. But you will lose your soul, meaning that you ain't gonna get to the kingdom if you're gonna think narcissistically. And a lot of people, they pretty much just don't really care if they're narcissistic or not. They just don't care. They would rather do things that pleases them instead of doing things that would help them in their salvation. So anyways, Mark 8 verse 36, you guys should read it. So pretty much you have a lot of people in Hollywood, in politics, selling their souls, and even regular people, they're brainwashed. They're trained to try to be like these celebrities and stuff, because they think that, living a dirty life here in this world is better than just being primitive, being like not having a lot of things. They think that if you seek out earthly things like money, girls, like for guys, boys for girls, which that should be not this whole LGBTQ stupidity, which that causes a lot of problems. That should be banned. You guys literally, do you guys really want to do this? I mean, what does it profit you? So what if you're having a good life? Like, so what if you're making so much money and you're getting all the partners, You're going to lose your life just to be earthly. And now, as for the woman, now, you woman out there, you woman really, really need help. So I'm going to read you a few verses. Let's go to Ephesians 5:22 and what that has to say. Because you girls out there, you girls want to yell at me, you guys want to scream at me, you girls want to call me names, but you're in the wrong, because these celebrities are teaching you how to be in the wrong, which you girls really need to humble yourselves, because what I'm about to bring to you, you're not going to like it at all. You truly ain't going to like it. And to tell you the truth, you better be ready to hear what I'm about to tell you, because you girls ain't gonna like what I am gonna say to you, because you girls think that I'm almost there. All right. Ephesians 5:22 out of the King James. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. So, pretty much what this is saying is that you women out there need to submit yourselves unto your men, as the men are submitted unto the Lord. And this means that without a man, without a head, because technically a woman needs a head, and they ain't covered without a man. So, without a man, how is God supposed to hear your prayers? Because it even says, it literally just says, verbatim from King James Version, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. You see here, your husbands are your cover. And you women also need to have a dress on, and you're supposed to have a head covering on, and your husband can determine when he wants to see your own hair. But your husband does not want you to go out and show your hair or show your body to other men, because that causes lust, and that causes adultery. Because if that man is married to you and you go out and show your things wearing like skinny jeans, leggings, like wearing tight shirts, having the hair shown, man, they're gonna be like, "Ooh wee, ooh wee, ooh, yeah, I'm gonna get this girl. I don't know what I'm gonna do her tonight, woo wee," you know. And then the men, they start having very, very wild and perverted thoughts about that girl, and then and little do they know that they are breaking one of the commandments, because it clearly tells us do not commit adultery in the 10 Commandments. And when a married woman, goes out and shows her body, like her wearing pants, like, women are supposed to be wearing dresses. Us men over here, we're supposed to be wearing pants. We're supposed to also keep ourselves covered. That doesn't mean us men, we get to take off our shirts or anything, or wear tight shirts. Us men, we got to keep ourselves covered, which I agree with keeping myself covered from head to toe. Because I don't want no weird girl to come and look at me, or even worse, a man. But anyways, to tell you the truth, I mean, woman, you pretty much ain't saved without a man. And the Lord is not going to hear you without a man. So you single woman out there, you girls, you better find yourself a righteous man that truly obeys this Bible. And I mean, really find it. Really find that man. Because the minute you don't, you're going to have problems. And trust me, this is how Eve was deceived. When the serpent came onto her, you want to know what happened? The serpent told Eve, if you want to be a god in this earth, you must eat of the tree that Yahweh told you not to eat of. But if Adam was there, Adam would have prevented Eve from getting distracted. And you see here, when women don't really have a man, a righteous man, because there are men out there that they don't care what their woman does. They ain't watching their woman, or they pretty much let their woman do whatever they want. And then it ends up divorce. It ends up taking away the children, all the bad things. So you men, you must also know this book and know God, because the minute you don't know God, you're screwed. So pretty much, Ephesians 5:22, I encourage you guys to read it. And maybe even read until the end of verse 33. So, and now I'm going to show you another verse real quick. If you go to Deuteronomy chapter 22, verses 28 and 29. Here, hold on. I'm going to turn there. Deuteronomy Okay. Deuteronomy 22, verses 28 through 29. Out of the King James Version, this is what it says. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, mind you, that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, meaning which does not have another man, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man, now this is verse 29, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her, and he may not put her away all his days. That means that sex equals marriage. I literally just read this to you, that sex equals marriage. So pretty much all you women out there that are dating men, which dating never existed back in the Bible, all you women out there that are dating men, you girls are having schizophrenia. You want to know why? You girls are having schizophrenia is because you girls pretty much you girls are pretty much trying to mold into like the men that you have been with, because when the man plants his seed in the girl, it pretty much causes that girl to then be like onto her man. But when you have multiple partners or you've been dating, it's going to cause schizophrenia. Then the girl is going to start developing mustaches. The girl is going to start to get weaker. The girl is going to try to start fights to act to like show that she's also a man, and that she ain't gotta let the man do whatever he wants, but it better be righteous things that man is doing. So pretty much it's got to be a virgin. It truly has to be a virgin to be counted as a wife. And a lot of these preachers and teachers, they don't really teach you that sex equals marriage. And pretty much a lot of you people out there that have done the thing, like in your teens, or you kind of feel guilty a little bit because you're like, oh man, you feel guilty because little do you know that if the man and the woman did it, then that means that they are married, but they don't know it, and they feel guilty because they're like, oh no, because they don't know that they are actually married, that once you do that, you pretty much have concealed your marriage, and you two are one. So sex equals marriage according to the Bible. And now you people out there, you people think that Christianity or being a Hebrew Israelite is the way to go. That ain't the way to go. To tell you the truth, I was both, and they ain't right. So if we turn to Isaiah 58, verses 1 through 2, and I encourage you guys to read this, because you guys think that I might be lying to you. Here. So Isaiah 58 verse 1 says, "Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shew my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins." Verse 2, "Yet they seek me daily, and delight to know my ways, as a nation that did righteousness, and forsook not the ordinance of their God. They ask of me the ordinances of justice. They take delight in approaching to God." So that means that Jacob, the one that birthed Israel, has been in transgression. And that's why Jacob's people, throughout all these centuries, have been through slavery. Because Jacob, he decided to listen to his own mother instead of his own father, while Esau listened to his own father. And Jacob, he also took 2 girls, well, 4 women, but those 4 women, they were related to each other because they were sisters. The first 2 girls that Jacob took, they were sisters. And then the second 2 women that Jacob took, they were also sisters, which 2 and 2, that causes jealousy and stuff like that. And Jacob and his people have transgressed, and so has Israel, have transgressed against God. And Judah has not, but Jacob has. It even says in the last part of Isaiah 58 verse 1, "And the house of Jacob their sins," meaning that Jacob and the house of Jacob, the house of Israel, has sinned so much. They have disobeyed God. And you see here, these preachers and teachers, they don't even teach you that at all. They think that that without reading this book, you'll be able to understand what's really going on, which I encourage you guys to read this book. You guys are going to be surprised that Christianity is not the religion, and neither are the Hebrew Israelites. So, and now we're going to go, and so these are the verses, or I think I might have one more here. Let me see. Okay, so this was pretty much the verses that I wanted to share with you guys. And also, do you remember in the Bible when David had killed this man just to take the wife, and the Lord was mad, and the Lord said that you could have asked me for a wife and I would have given to you, meaning that polygamy is also legal, meaning that a man can have more than one wife. But a woman, the minute the woman does that, she is nothing but a whore. A simple W-H-O-R-E. A whore. A whore. So, you guys and gals out there, I encourage you to reread the verses that I have given you throughout this study. And I'm going to show you more ways of narcissism and what it can do. So, on February 13th, 2020, is this what a friend would greet you? Is this what a friend would greet you? Look what that friend greeted me. I'll even read it. "Dude, just want to check on you if you're dead yet." Now, these narcissists, they really don't care. And having to be a friend with one of them is not good at all. just wanting to check on you if you're dead. That is not how you greet a human being. People are like, oh, well, we're young, it's okay to do that. You do that, especially if it's a man to man. Don't be surprised if you men do that. Don't be surprised if you get into a fight that easily. Don't be surprised if you get into an argument or in a fight, because this is not how you greet a human being. For a person to ask you if you are dead yet, and to have friends that can be so self-centered for themselves is not a good way. They think that you're nothing. And you people really need to separate yourselves, just like what I'm doing. I'm trying to separate myself from these public institutions of school, and I'm trying to not talk to people that I have known. So you have to be separated from these people of this world. This is one example of what narcissism can do. And narcissism, it can not only ruin love relationships, but it can ruin friendships. If you have a friend that tells you, or a spouse, well, if you're like lesbian or gay or transgender, then you people, you're weird. You're straight up weird. It's straight up satanic. But anyways, if you have somebody like that tell you if you're dead yet to greet you in that manner, then you should stay away from that person, or you should confront him and be like, what do you mean? Why are you telling me this? Do you want me to die? Because the truth is, these people of the world, they could care less. They could care less. Once you start following this book, these people, they will care less about you. Anyways, another way what narcissism can do is it can make people mad. So we go on to what you guys remember Tyler Hoover. I did a video on him because Tyler Hoover, he you want to know what he did? He had used a Ferrari 348 exhaust, and he had made it like devil horns, like he had stuck them, and then it had pretty much resembled the devil horns. I called him out. Well, yet again, Tyler Hoover, he didn't do nothing satanic, but yet this time, he pretty much, in his latest videos, he has an off video. Like he's not himself. The title of it says, I was forced to buy the cheapest Ferrari 360 Spider in the USA. And pretty much the majority of this video is him showing off his stupid 2002 Ferrari 360 Spider that everybody could care less. Okay, we are having to deal with this epidemic, this weird epidemic that people are losing their minds. People are going out of jobs, and yet he expects people to care about a stupid Ferrari. Like, narcissism, it can really make people upset with other people because you're so full of yourself and you think you're better. But anyways, this is what they say. This is what he said towards the end of his video. He shows off not only his Ferrari, but his Lamborghini. Okay. And now I'm going to show you a clip when he starts talking about his Ford Excursion for a little bit.
But one thing that I've noticed is if I pull down the second row, if you do measuring here, the distance between me and the third row, where the person's head is, we're right there now. That is 6 feet. 6 feet. So I can have passengers in here and keep them at a safe recommended distance. Additionally, if I remove that third row seat and keep the second row folded down, that means I have 150 cubic feet of cargo capacity. And let's say that a case of toilet paper is about 3 cubic feet. So what is that? About 12 rolls per 3 cubic feet? 150 feet divided by 3 times 12 rolls of toilet paper. That is 600 rolls of toilet paper that I can keep in this thing. 600 rolls, which seems to be the future currency in this world. So I am feeling really good about this purchase, but I don't want to make too many jokes about the current situation. A lot of people are out of work. This is a very difficult time, so I feel for all of you that are struggling, stuck at home. I'm going to stay home as much as I can, keep making videos to keep you entertained. Pop up for the Car Wizard as well. We'll do.
So, narcissism can also make you in a very bad situation. It can make you make jokes like this. Narcissism destroys people, whether people like it or not. You will literally get destroyed. If you have people making jokes like this, or if people are making texts like this, just want to check on you if you're dead yet. If you got people doing that to you, I would stay as far away as you can. I like Tyler Hoover. I think he is a funny guy. But one of my 2 main reasons why I watch him is, number one, is he reminds me of old Top Gear, of Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and James May. I had to give up the old Top Gear and this whole Grand Tour thing is because they're all Masons. James May, Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, they're all Freemasons, whether people like it or not. And Tyler Hoover, he doesn't seem to be a Freemason. And another reason why I like him is because he shows you what kind of problems you can have with buying a very cheap car, what kind of success you never know. Or a very high mileage exotic car like a Ferrari, a very high mileage 100,000 mile Ferrari. So you people need to understand that narcissism can really make people upset. And I'm sorry if I made this a very, very long video, but I have to get this message out is because a lot of people don't really know. A lot of people don't really know the truth. And a lot of people don't really know the true definition of narcissism and what kind of effects it can have on our society. But anyways, I thank you. I thank you a lot for watching this video, if you even watched it this long. And till next time, more interesting content will be coming out.